Hey, what's going on? This is Chief Gibson once again with another video, and today we're going to talk about pros and cons of being in the military. Let's get it. Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. Like I said before, this is Chief Gibson with another video, and today we're going to talk about pros and cons of being in the military. Now, before I start with anything, I just want to say, if this is your first time stopping by, please consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and the like button. This would tremendously help me with my channel. If you are already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back. First, I'm gonna just be honest, and like I have said before, I'm almost at 19 years of serving, and it was pretty easy for me to find pros of serving in the military, but it was kind of hard to serve the cons. So it might be different for you. You might be able to find the bad things versus the good things, but it was the other way around for me. But with that being said, I'm going to start with the bad ones first. All right, we're going to start with the cons, and then we go to the pros. All right, I'm going to give you 5 things that I believe are bad or cons of serving in the military. All right, number 1. This one might create some controversy or whatnot, but when you're in the military, you are a soldier 24/7, which means you are always under UCMJ. UCMJ is like always hovering over you, always watching you. So anything that you do while you're in the military, you gotta keep self-awareness of what you're gonna do before you do it, because it can come back and get you. All right. So be careful of what you do, what you say on social media. Be careful of what you do while you're in uniform, things like that. Always keep that in mind. All right. That's number 1. Number 2, moving. Some people might disagree with this one, but as you move on in the military, you're supposed to move every 2 years, every 3 years. If you're lucky enough and you like the place and you are able to stay, eventually you have to move. I know people that have said, "Hey, I stayed on the same duty station for 9 years." I know people personally that have stayed in their duty station from private all the way to first sergeant, and they always moved out of there because they had to go to like sergeant major school or something like that. It does happen, all right? But for the most part, for the most of us, every 2 to 3 years, 3 to 4 years, you have to move, which sucks. It affects the family, the kids. If you have kids, they have to go to a new school. So all those things are, could be a bad thing. Not only just the moving part, all the paperwork and all the movement of your household goods and your vehicles and all of that, all the stuff. Even worse if you're moving overseas. That makes it even worse. All right. So like I said, number 2, moving. That's another one. Number 3, finances. Depending on where you relocate to, right, it will affect your finances. Let me explain. Let's say that you are in the States, pick any post you want, and you move overseas, right? Hawaii, Germany, Japan. When you move there, your finances will change. You could either make more money, right, depending on which country you're going to, or you can make less money. If you're in the States and you are a soldier living on post, you lose your BAH, right? But when you go off post, if you go overseas and you are staying on post, it won't affect you. You won't feel that much of a difference because you are already on post and you're going from losing your BAH to losing your OHA, which is, and you lose all of your other extra pay, which won't affect you much. However, you do get a little bit of an increase with your COLA and any other payments that you have, depending on your MOS or anything else, right? However, if you are staying off post in the States and you move to if you are in the States staying off post, you are getting your BAH, and some people get to kind of choose, okay, well, this is how much I get depending on the state and city I'm in, and this is how much I'm going to pay of rent. So you can kind of fluctuate, or play with your payments, right? Now, if you move overseas, let's just say Germany, for example, and you are staying off post, you don't get to choose how much you're going to pay. So when you report to housing, let's say that you found a home, your OHA is going to be what you're going to pay. So there's not going to be any extra money that you're going to be able to keep when it comes to that. So if they're charging you €1,500 or whatever it may be, that's how much you're gonna receive to pay your house. But you're not gonna get any extra money, all right? If that makes sense. Now you may make a little money because you always get like money for electricity and a couple other things, and then depending on how much money you save, then you'll be able to keep some of that money. Okay, so hopefully this helps you out a little bit if you are moving from the States overseas, and if you're moving overseas back to the States, it can also affect you as well. All right, so obviously if you are in an airborne unit and you move to a non-airborne unit, you're gonna lose the $150. If you are getting linguist pay and you move to a unit that is not doing it any longer, you're probably gonna lose that too. So that could be a con of serving the military. You can your finances, right? Number 4, deployments. All right, I know that a lot of people think that Afghanistan is over, but while you're serving in the military, there is always the possibility of deploying, going somewhere, being away from your family. That is always going to happen, and depending on the unit that you are serving in, you're gonna have to deploy. All right, the more high speed the unit is, the more of the probability that you need to keep in the back of your head that you're gonna go somewhere and you're gonna be away from your family. All right, so always keep that in mind. You're probably going to have to go somewhere. So that could be another con that I have chosen. That could be a little bad when you're. Some people like to deploy. Some people like to be away, especially if you don't have any family, because you do get to save money. You make a little bit of extra money, and you do what you do with your pay. But if you have a family, or if you are living close to home, if you got lucky enough to be stationed close to home and you have to move away, that's going to be one that's going to affect you. Okay, so that was number 4. Number 5, the military, no matter what branch you're in, but I'm talking about the Army. For some reason, the Army, and I know a lot of people are going to agree on this one with me. For some reason, not every, but most Army military base is always in a crappy place. I don't know why, but they always choose these places away from everything and everyone to put their bases. All right, so it has the good things and it has bad things. I mean, compared to other branches, the Air Force, the Navy, they have those branches have great locations wherever they go. But for some reason in the Army, those locations are not as good. However, it's all about what you make of it. There is always something good to do in those bases, right? But the bad thing about it is not the post, it's not the location, it's always the people. All right, whether you agree or not, that is another one that I found. It's always the people within your organization that is ultimately going to make your place good or bad. If you are, prime example, if you are in a bad place, in a bad location, but the leadership is good, you're going to love the place, because you're always going to have the opportunity, and you're always going to have the support from your leadership to allow you to do things, within the limits, right? To allow you to do things to enjoy yourself and to experience new things and to go to different places, right? But if you are in a good location, and the leadership or the people, right? I don't want to, and the people around you is not cohesive, it's not very supportive, then it's gonna suck for you, right? So my biggest advice has always been, if you are in a place where the location is bad, but the leadership is good, stay in that place as long as you want, because the leadership is always going to take care of you. And again, a lot of people say, oh, the Army is this, the Army is that way. The Army is just an organization. It's the people within that organization that make the mission successful, make your time enjoyable or not. All right, so that was the number 5. That was the 5th one of the cons that I found or that I believe that that can somewhat be negative on being or serving in the military. If you believe that I missed one, please feel free to put it in the comments below, and we'll continue with the video. Now we're gonna move on to the good things. All right, we're gonna go with the pros. Number one, steady paycheck. You're always gonna get a paycheck. I mean, if you come in as a fussy, private E1, obviously your paycheck is not going to be as good as a warrant officer or an NCO or whoever. Okay, but believe it or not, everyone has to start from the bottom. So if you want to get a bigger paycheck, come in with more education, experience, or just get promoted faster. All right. So with that is number one, steady paycheck, and you never have to worry about not getting a paycheck. Whatever you do after that, that's with your money. That's on you. That is your decision as an adult. But if you compare with the civilian world, right? If they don't show up to work, they don't get paid. In the military, you get days off and you get days off and stuff like that, and you still get paid. All right, which to me is a pros. So it's one of the pros. So it can help you out. All right. Number two, dental and medical. Dental and medical are really important, not just for you as a person or as a soldier, but also for your family. If you are, while you're serving in the military, dental and medical is always going to be available. Medical is free. Dental, you have to pay, $20, $25, and if you have family, you might pay a little bit more. I believe I pay around $29 a month. Okay, so with that being said, I mean, it's not that bad, and all my family, they are covered. You as a service member, you are more covered than your family. There are some things that your family would not qualify for, but for the most part, right? For the most part, they do. And those things that they do not qualify for, they do not qualify for completely. The military will always cover something, so you just might have to come out of pocket for the rest. But for the most part, I believe that dental and medical is a great one while you're serving in the military. And compared to the civilian world, once again, we're doing better than them. So that was number two. Number three, college. When you're serving in the military, I advise you to take full advantage of your college benefits. Okay, there is a limit, but I believe that it's enough for you to, every year, it's enough for you to cover down on what you're trying to do. With that being said, if you haven't been to your nearest college center, all right, wherever your post is, even if you're deployed right now, I'm pretty sure where you are, there is a college center. So go there and just enroll. Do like I did. This is just an advice. Take one class at a time, and I will talk about this in another video. One class at a time. Depending on how busy you are, you can do more, right? But just take one class at a time. It's free until so many credit hours. I believe it's 16 credit hours. So just take advantage of that. Again, like I did, one class at a time, because depending on how much work you have. But if you feel like you don't have enough work, this is just an advice. Please, please, please take full advantage of college. Just do it. If you're going to stay in the military 20 years, or if you're just going to get out after 3 or 4, whatever your contract is, whatever plans you have, it doesn't matter. Just take opportunity of your college. All right, just get something that is going to help you out when you get out. All right, that is my biggest advice that I can give you. That is my number 3. Number 4, leave. When you're in the civilian world, you get so many. I think you get 15. That's the most I have ever heard or known of. 15 days per year. Where you're in the military, you get 30 days a year. All right, and if you are already serving, you know that they can accumulate. But ultimately, every year you get 30 days. So you get about 2.5 per year, which to me is great. They're paid for. And you take full advantage of it. There is if you don't take all 30 days while you're serving, if you don't take all 30 days of vacation for that year, they will accumulate till the next year. But you cannot go past 60 days. So basically 2 years. After that, it becomes what is called use or lose. It fluctuates, right? Depending on what policy is out and what's going on. They might just say, hey, after 30 days you go into use or lose. So if you have 35 days, you have until this day to take those 5, or you're gonna lose them, right? Or if 60 or whatever the policy at that time is in effect. Okay, but just keep in mind you get 30 days of vacation, which, as far as I know, like I said before, as far as I know, is way better than being in the civilian world. I always encourage everyone to take those leave days, take your vacation, and enjoy, because physical and your mental recovery is very, very important. All right, that is number 4. Number 5, retirement. Whether you do 20 or more, you get your retirement, and that is a retirement paycheck that you will get for the rest of your life. All right, no matter what you do, no matter what you don't do, that is, doesn't matter if you get another job once you get out or not, right? But that is a retirement that you will get for the rest of your life. Rest of your life. Think about that, all right? So if you are, let's say you join at 17 or you join at 18, you do 20 years, by the time you get out, you're 38 years old, you still got a whole lot, a whole lot of life going on, still to go for. You can still get another job. You probably have a degree because you did 20 years and you follow my advice and you took one class, one class per semester, and you already have a degree, a bachelor's or even a master's, all right? Or whatever certification you decided to go with. But you're still 38 years old, 39, 40, whatever, all right? You did 20 years and you retired. Some people do more, some people do 30, 35, At that time, you decide what you want to do and how you want to move on with your career, move on with your life. But retirement is very important. And not only you get retirement pay, but you also get disability, which it adds up to your retirement pay. So that would be great. That is my number 5, retirement. All right. If you're only going to serve for 3-4 years, that's a different story. But if you choose to stay in the military and you enjoy what you're doing and your leadership is supportive, and you enjoy your locations, and you get lucky enough that you get to do things that you enjoy, why not stay the 20 years, take care of yourself, take care of your family, get your retirement paycheck, your disability, and move on into another career. If you don't, then that's the decision you make. But that is my advice to you, and I choose retirement as one of the pros while serving in the military. All right. Now, I know that I gave you 5 cons, and I just gave you 5 pros of serving in the military. But I have to give you one more. This is a bonus one. Let's just put it like that. Number 6, my number 6 that I choose as a pro of serving in the military: friendship. All right. There is one thing that no matter how good or how bad you do while you're serving, friendship is like one of the most important things that I have seen year after year, time after time, while you're serving in the military. I'm going to tell you for myself, when I first joined the Army, and I joined as an E1, right, got promoted, whatever, just like everyone else, I still talk to some of those same guys that I went to basic with. And I still speak to the first guy that I met at my first duty station. And it's been like 19 years of this. So one thing that I know that everyone that has served in the military can probably testify and agree with me. I haven't even retired, and I know people that have already retired and still talk to people that they serve with. So one thing that I would say is that the camaraderie and the friendship, I'm not saying that you're going to be friends with everyone, but there is one person while you're serving in the military that you're going to always keep in contact with, and they're just going to become like your brother or sister from another mother. That's one thing that I can testify. And like I said, I know other folks that will probably watch this video, or if they haven't, and you have never served in the military and you're watching this video, you can ask them, and they can probably tell you. No matter the branch, it doesn't matter. You will always have friendship and true friendship and true brothers and sisters while you're serving in the military that you will still speak to after the military, and you guys will keep a friendship forever. So that is the bonus for for this one. Number 6, I definitely choose that one as one of my pros of being in the military. Friendship. All right. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoy the cons and pros that I chose to share with you while you serve in the military. Again, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell and like. All right. If you feel that I miss any cons and pros, please feel free to comment down below, and I will respond to you as soon as I can. Again, Chief Gibson, I hope you like this video. I will see you in the next one. God bless you all.